Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar regarding the Golden Gate project. Do not hesitate to ask every questions you may have in using the chat. I will ask them anonymously on your behalf during the last 15 minutes of the webinar. During the presentation, a few poll questions will be asked. Please take the time to answer to them so we can collect valuable indications related to this project. This session is recorded and will be available as a replay. Last but not least, please take a few minutes at the end of the webinar to answer the satisfaction survey. Thank you all. Muriel?
Thank you, Pauline. Hi, everyone. I think we have just Dubai, so they know me. I think we can move to the next slide, Pauline or Laurent. So the objective of today is to show you all the findings and the analysis that have been done during the last 3 months. You know, during the last 3 months, we have been working in different work streams. 4 work streams have started. The client experience and transformation with Kasha and Chaz. The second one is end-to-end process ambition and personalized service orientation with Mathieu and Audrey. The third one is self-care digitalized the process where the chatbot and the chat with Anas and Doha. The fourth one is communication development and a culture change with myself and Audrey. The fifth one didn't start yet. It will start during the year in 2023, which is the management back office tools, all the IT perspective. So what we will be presenting today is all the work that has been done by work stream. You know, we had different participants from each side where they collaborated in each work stream. So the analysis that came from all these meetings and the findings in order to move one MSH and to have this transformation project. Today also Laurent will present you where we are in the project plan and what is the next step. Laurent, to you.
So good morning, everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank you very much, all contributors of the workstream. We received many proposals, sometimes disruptive, but it was the exercise, so it was good. And we have a lot, you know, of proposal to analyze before to do arbitration. In terms of milestone, as you can see, we are now here in January 2023, and we discuss the new organization chart to be more customer-centric, client-centric, I would say. Because with the recommendation of all work streams, we saw that we need to move our organization to be more focused on our clients. So we will discuss this point before the end of Q1 to present you the new organization in all offices, because we have many discussions to see where we place some activities in France, in Tunis, in Dubai, in Shanghai, in Calgary. If all offices will do the same thing as of today, I would say no, but we need to move all the organization, and we have a specific session during the Q1 2023 to explain what we will do during this phase. Of course, the implementation phase will start during Q2 2023 along the year, because we don't want, you know, to just press a button and you know, move to the new organization. We need to train people, to explain, to discuss, to implement a new organization step by step. So it will be done during all the year with the support of all the teams and all the managers, I would say. In parallel, we will launch and we'll go into details during this presentation, new channel of communication, chatbot during Q2 2023. We will launch a new version of Contact in September of this year. And with this new version of Contact, we will implement chat discussion with all our members. And again, we, as mentioned by Muriel, we haven't started the workstream 5 because we need to have more to be transparent with you, to have more budget to be sure we can have some new features in V9, in the mobile app, in the website. We have more money to do that, I would say, in 2023, and we will have a new version of the website for insurance members and the mobile app before the end of the year. After that, in 2024, we will work on V9 interface, to improve the experience of the team and to have a unique interface between all our tools. So that's why the workstream number 5 will be start this year. But the most important is now we have all proposal for the workstream. We are in the phase of arbitration, and we will organize a new session during February and March with all offices to present you the target of the organization and how we will do the transition between today and tomorrow. Thank you. I take the lead to Kasia and Shaz for the workstream 1.
Thank you, Laurent. Good morning, everybody. For client experience and transformation, we identified several deliverables during the different work streams, which we undertook with the teams. We can move to the next slide, please. To begin with, I will share the different client expectations reported, which we separated into 3 different themes. Crucial for MSH really to provide client satisfaction. The first theme is access. We know that our clients want to be able to reach MSH easily with little call response time, and they need the agent who responds to their call to answer all of their queries without being transferred to another team or another centre. Our clients want simple, clear and formalised procedures. There is also a real need to reinforce our communication to support the decisions that we take on a daily basis to facilitate the comprehension. Access to digital services is a must, and we need to catch up and exceed what our competitors provide. Clients want to be able to access other communication channels. They want to see the development of the medical network team, and special attention is requested to underdeveloped zones and also to follow the evolution of the tariffs applied by the providers in a context where expats increasingly experience higher tariffs than other populations. The second theme is support. Special attention is requested for maternity, high claims and chronic illness management, as well as populations such as retirees. Last but not least, we have the development of self-service and implementation of new functions mentioned by Laurent, specifically on the MSH website as well as the MSH app, is really essential. The HR teams that we manage want more autonomy, and they want to see their portal evolve, providing them with more access, for example, to premium invoices, policy renewal information, as well as reports on unpaid premiums. The developments of functions on the broker extranet would be appreciated also to provide a greater global vision to our partners for their portfolio with MSH. Information such as benefits and options subscribed, providing access to download welcome packs, contracts, invoices and statements of commissions paid. We can move to the next slide, please. Okay, now to the deliverables. First of all, the consensus is that no additional service audits are necessary as we collect sufficient data from the existing measures we have in place. Data that we currently have registered is for complaints, NPS, B2B, on-the-spot satisfaction surveys, reiteration and interaction data for emails, biannual client satisfaction surveys, and finally feedback from social media, and which we have concluded is sufficient to conduct an in-depth analysis. The next deliverable is the creation of a global dashboard to register results from the different measures in place. We can skip to the next slide briefly just to give a quick presentation of this, please. The objective is to be in a position to provide an in-depth analysis by client, brand, insurer, team concerned, the regional office, as well as the corrective measures which have been identified. We should have more flexibility to cross-reference or compare data when the need arises. A threshold will be set in order to trigger an alert internally. Coming back to the previous slide, please. To enable us to follow our clients' expectations better, it has been validated that the different audit criteria for emails and telephone will need to be reviewed, and special attention being paid to the content and less on the structure of the communication. The consensus is to increase the sample used for audits to have a more meaningful and representative analysis, raise further awareness within the front office teams, as well as evolve the role of the auditor. Once the audit criteria is completed, the bonus criteria that we have set for the teams will evolve also. We would like to reward the client satisfaction provided instead of concentrating solely on the productivity of the teams. The creation of a global dispute team has been validated to help us to better harmonise our responses as well as better follow global satisfaction. Next, we have training. We have defined 3 crucial steps to reinforce the training. Number 1, the integration of our values and client service expectations systematically during the recruitment process to raise awareness with potential recruits. Number 2, the reinforcement of training around client services and how we can respond to their needs on a daily basis. Number 3, the reinforcement of training for existing agents. This is also a crucial step to raise awareness and to highlight expectations. Next on the list, we have the objective to strengthen ownership and client concepts. There is a need to centralize requests for different populations, members, clients, brokers, as well as providers. To share the results and raise awareness on the risks when we do not meet KPI, it is agreed that a simplified dashboard will be shared on MSH community. We will have to create a new dynamic with a zoom on the team that has progressed the most each month. Interviews are envisaged with the team members to share best practices also. If the KPI for quality and performance are not reached for a client, we will systematically put in place a remediation plan. A war room will be put in place with which will be composed of the Director of Operations, the Client Experience and Transformation team, as well as the Performance Management team. This group will be in charge of implementing and following all of the actions that have been defined within the operational teams. And lastly, we have concluded that the creation of a dedicated transformation team is really necessary to move forward. Their main missions will be to accompany the implementation of actions defined by the Golden Gate project, drive the continued improvement of the customer experience journey, and also to measure the evolution of the satisfaction within MSH.
Good morning, everybody. I think it's now the end-to-end process workstream. I will present the result of the workstream with Audrey. I start with some general information about the result of our workstream. We had the tough work to check the activity and to find the best way to change the way we work and to be disruptive with the way we handle the activity on a daily basis. And after some months of reflection, we tried to create a new operating model, more centralized, more responsive and specialized, a new model able to deliver on a daily basis different business line and to serve our customer centricity purpose with a stronger customer care, working on a wider range of activity, and the department developed into expertise centers. To do that, we need to redefine our organization. We had a strong reflection on regrouping activities and the sharing between sites and the sharing between the level 1 to extended customer care, a stronger customer care, and the level 2 to expertise center in 2 departments. We were focused on the topic of one call or one email need to have an immediate answer. That's why we think about centralization of all incoming calls and mails to reinforce customer care, to be able to answer the maximum requests in one steps and with simple management action delegated to the customer care. That's the level 1. And we need to work also about specific organization for new services such as VIP, case management, disease management, concierge services, and so on, by developing a case management culture dedicated to each department, not only to pre-cert and medical, and to work on short tracks to develop a faster customer journey for specific cases. We will have to handle every request to be handled with premium quality of service, the customer care for answer and first steps, and also expertise teams for follow-up and case management, and as said, fast track for VIPs and special customers. We also have to work on real-time answer through new communication tools with the development of automated solution in all departments, and to be sure that a good solution deployed in a department can be deployed in the other departments. And at the end of the day, we will also have to work on the process re-engineering to have a strong review of all our main processes, to simplify the processes, to have an automated way to work, and to reduce the management action as soon as possible in every part of our activities. I'll leave the next slide to Audrey.
Thank you, Mathieu. It is very clear. In order to deepen the elements brought by Mathieu, here are the axes worked by the group in the work stream. We have grouped the ideas into 3 precise goals. The first, more centralization for high-frequency activities with short deadlines and harmonizing and making the services more efficient. The second, more specialization for complex activities and a reinforcement of the follow-up in case management for sensitive cases and are defined as such. The third principle is to build the organization around the humanization and personalization of services to the customer. Having an adapted response at once and having a specific path for VIPs. Our strategy, as you will have understood, is to strengthen customer care, to have centers of expertise and agents dedicated to certain portfolio, such as VIPs. 4 pillars have emerged as key to the successful evolution of our organization. The first is a new strategy of high efficiency response, one request, one answer personalized, follow-up, one flow management, one team that responds to the whole request. The second pillar is the improvement of our tools and more automation. In fact, we know that on a daily basis, you need reactive and efficient tools in order to deliver a quality service to our clients. The third pillar is to move toward a new mindset and harmonize our culture. This is reflected into the following idea: one company equals one team. And finally, we want to have a new approach to leadership, which allows for more autonomy and more sharing towards more performance by working interdependently. I thank you for your attention, and over to Matthew to continue this feedback about end-to-end project.
Mathieu, we cannot hear you. Maybe you're on mute.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To drive this transformation, we need to drive both more centralization and more specialization. We need to change our organization to strengthen and develop the scope of our various departments and to build a stronger customer care and in parallel to develop all departments into real expertise centers. And we really need to work with our staff member to be sure that everybody can find his the place where he can do his best and where he can develop his skills into our organization. We will have to address many points. We have to, and we start to evaluate all transformation action required to estimate FTEs and cost involved. As soon as it will end, we will need to match the FTEs and the budget valuation to be sure that we can set our new organization model. We will have to develop the stronger and better trained customer care with more management action covering all departments, and in parallel develop expertise centers for complex and sensitive procedure and cases, and develop the fast track for VIP and specific client. We will also handle a review of processes to simplify the processes and to reduce the necessary management action for each process and develop the automated solution. And we need to extend the case management culture in every department and to develop, and it's also a key point, to develop a daily, local and hot steering to be sure that we can be more proactive in the way we manage the activity and the way we work with all the staff in the different departments and sites. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mathieu. First of all, I would like to thank all the teams, as Laurent said previously. We had a really exciting journey in all the work streams, and thank you for your hard work and involvement. It was really appreciated. A small summary about the self-care digitalized processes follow-up and monitoring. We worked on the live chat with the teams, the chatbot as well, and other new functionalities that we will present you as a global picture. Laurent, can you move to the next slide? Thank you. For some recommendations for the chatbot and the live chat. First of all, in terms of languages that we will be using, we will have two steps. The first one is the three main languages that we have in the different areas covered by MSH. So we will have English, French, and Arabic. And in the second step, we will extend to the languages available in the website and the mobile application. We worked also on the privacy and the way to identify the member that it's really a member who is connecting to the live chat. We did also a benchmark, and the main conclusions of the benchmark is that it can be good to have the live chat, the chatbot and the live chat available in our MSH website and in the members area, not only in the members area, because we may gain some leads for individual direct sales. And what we recommend as well is that we will have a small version of the chatbot, and then if there is any complex question raised by the member, then it will be directly linked to the live chat. And we will also show a queue notification for the persons who will connect to the live chat in order to make some transparency with them to know who is waiting in the queue. In the next slide, you can see the main new functionalities and self-care that we've decided to implement. There are three main topics for this new functionalities. The first one is self-care. For example, we will give the hand to the member and the provider to issue their own prior approvals and letter of guarantees. We give the hand to the member to get to the members to get their login details, and for example, to submit also supporting documents to an existing claim. So these three examples are really some of the list of ideas and suggestions done by the team, and we make sure that this will be embedded in our IT evolution and transformation. We have also ideas about communication. Just to give an example, for medical teams, we would like to give the opportunity to the member to take an appointment for a video conference. It will not be a teleconsultation for sure, but a specific meeting by video to explain or to discuss on a specific topic for this member. And the third main topic is all the new functionalities. So, for example, we are working on payment through mobile solutions to find the best way to go through it. I will let Anas introduce the next slide.
Thank you, Doa, and good morning, everyone. So in terms of planning, and we have studied three versions of chatbot, and the one that we are going for is the first one, chatbot through links. And just to explain the difference between the three, basically for the chatbot through links, we are suggesting to a member the main topics of subjects that he can choose on the chatbot. And then after, we are also suggesting questions, and then after we are giving to the member some links in the FAQ to have clear answers about the questions. And if he wants, he can move to a chatbot or contact us through phone or another channel. For the chatbot through AI, it's a chatbot where the insured member or the client can ask a normal question as if he was talking to an agent, and the chatbot will analyze the question and then give a direct answer to the member. And finally, for the V3, it's the same as the second one, but this one is connected to our back office tool database V9, which means that it can give sometimes some clear answers about logs or claims or something like this. But the one that we are going for is the chatbot through links, and it will be available in Q2 23. For the live chat, it will be available with the new version of Contact in Q4 23. And for the new functionalities, some of them are already included in the roadmap for this year, and also in the V2 of the website and the mobile app. And for the other ones, we need to prioritize them.
Thank you, Anas. So from a communication perspective and culture change management, what we have done till now we have certain things that has been launched or that will be launched, like the creation of the website, and Audrey will mention about it. What we are doing is more town halls, and we have meetings with managers or different team in order to ensure that the vision is clear for all of us to ensure this transformation. As you know, we have the action plan and the milestone that is also mentioned during the meetings in order to ensure that we are all aligned and we are ready for this change. You are receiving, from a communication perspective, emails, and generally once per month in order to ensure where we are and to know the feedback and the status of this project. There are certain things that we are working on, and it will start soon once we have more visibility on the implementation, is all the KPIs that will be impacted and all the incentive plan that will be put in place. If we move to the second slide, please, Laurent. So in order to have one MSH and a true culture based, we need to ensure that multiple pillars are there. The first one is the communication. There are two ways communication, one top down and one down top. You will see here it will be through the CEOs, the sponsors, the managers, and the ambassadors, and we will explain after what is the role of the ambassadors. So it's very important to have your feedback to know exactly what is going on and how we need to move forward. The change sure needs the support of the CEOs and the team management, because finally, if today we are doing the same work, when we will do the changes, we will have to do it differently. So there are a certain learning curve in order to ensure this transition period. Something that maybe we do in Dubai more than the other sites are the celebrations. So we will ensure that we have celebrations at the level of the certificates, champion, and all this for the good work that is being done. And we will ensure more collaboration between all of us to know the best practice. So currently we have common sense, common practice, but we need to move this practice to best practice. And the idea is to give, with all this transformation, to give certain autonomy to all our colleagues in order to ensure on a daily basis they don't have to go every time to ask the manager. No, they will take the autonomy, and you will take the autonomy, and you will resolve the issue on the spot. Real life examples and tracking all the errors. So the idea is we will have more debrief within the team, between the managers and the team, in order to ensure that we are learning from our mistakes and we are moving forward in the right direction with a continuous quality improvement. Sure, the KPI and the incentive and all this will follow at this level. The culture change, this will happen at, if you want, two main pillars, because finally the culture change will give a positive outcome to our members, to our stakeholders, such as my colleagues, they explained before, increase innovation, improve efficiency, and greater adaptability to change. So how we will do this culture change? We have at the level of the organization structure, a change with a matrix approach. What does it mean? So today we are working within the same team, but sometimes we'll be requested to work on a certain project where we will have to refer to another manager just for this project. So it's very important to have this matrix approach, and in order to ensure this transformation in the organization. The second pillar of the culture change is to be agile. So agile methodology is very important because we need to ensure adaptability for the change, and at the level of the IT, the process enhancement, all the way that we are doing the work on a daily basis. The pillar template and governance is important because it will allow us to have a certain framework that we are following, and we are ensuring that we are going in the correct path. As explained before, for example, for the new tools, we will have training. We will have the person who is working on specific things will have the training, and we will be having mentoring and coaching for the different persons in order to ensure that this change is smooth, and we are here to support. We move to the second slide. We will see that we have ambassadors, and the ambassadors, you have a certain specific persons that in each site. And the idea, the role of the ambassador is the natural relay on this major transformation. So if you have any concern, if you have any idea that you want us to know, sure, you can come to Audrey and myself, but also you can go through your ambassadors on the site to express your feeling, your feedback, your new ideas, or anything that you want us to know and to put an action in place. So we will be here to listen to your need, and we will be here to ensure that this transformation is done smoothly. Audrey, to you. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Muriel, for this point. Very clear. I'm very pleased to show you the realization of the mini website dedicated to communication about the Golden Gate project. You can see here. It is really beautiful. The workstream team was really committed and thought that this mini site would be a great opportunity to communicate. So our marketing team went all out to meet our expectations. The project group wanted it to be aesthetic, clear, and so fun. We will be able to publish stories and communicate via a chat. You will also be able to find documentation and all the webinars related to the Golden Gate. Thus, we have equipped ourselves with a 2.0 communication tool adapted to the new technologies and allowing a fun communication as expected by the teams. If you have insights to animate the site, it will be welcome. Send them to us on the Golden Gate box, please. And finally, we hope that it will be a place of exchange, and that you will find all the informations you need, or you will need. In addition, I would like to add that we are going to exchange about the corporate culture that Muriel said, first through surveys and then through workshops. When you receive the survey, do not hesitate to answer and share your vision so that our support project is close to you as possible. Of course, the surveys will be completely anonymous, and they will be very valuable for monitoring developments. Thank you. I have finished.
Thank you, everyone. So this is the end of presentation. I think you have many questions to ask, and Pauline will, and me and the sponsor will try to answer. Again, I would like to thank very much, all stakeholders of the workstream, all the sponsor, of course. This is a very, very good work, and this is of the end of the first phase and the beginning of the global project, because this is not the end of the Golden Gate project, but the beginning now start, as I explained, to put in place all recommendations we will take and decided with Frédéric Grand. So this is a very, very important project. A new phase now starts with the sponsor, with all offices, with you, to implement what we will decide in a few weeks, and we will present to you the final scheme of the organization in February. So again, thank you very much for this work, for these first steps and these achievements. This is very important, and I think very linked to our objective to be more customer-centric. This is the goal of the Golden Gate project, and we have many proposals to put in place to achieve this target. So thank you for that. And maybe, Pauline, I give you the lead, to answer to some question if we have someone.
Laurent, thank you all. Thank you for your attention. So indeed, we have received a few questions. The first one, what about the medical and network teams within end-to-end ambition?
Sorry. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you're right, medical and network was not clearly included in our, reflection about end-to-end process, because we, at the beginning of the project, we thought that medical and network are in the support of operation. So when we will put in place a new organization, especially for end-to-end process and customer centricity, this is the start of exchange between operation and medical and network, to be sure we are aligned on the objective of end-to-end process, because we have on daily basis many relations between the medical teams and network teams. So you're completely right to ask this question, but we need now in the second phase to include network and medical to be sure we are aligned, and it will be done with, of course, Dr. Annie and Dominic, but all the teams, all medical teams and all network teams in all offices. So network and medical will be included in the project, for the second phase.
Thank you, Laurent. Next question. Will it be easier to apply to another office when the organization presented will be put in place?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Will it be easier to apply to another office when the organization presented will be put in place?
Not sure to understand the question.
To move from Paris to Dubai, for example, or from Dubai to Tunis.
To move some activities or to move something?
The people.
The people.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Laurent, maybe at this point, we have certain openings, and generally the openings are shared through HR. So when there is something, sure, we will mention it, and if you are interested, you can submit.
But I think you will see, but we in the new organization we will try for some functions or some departments to be more on a matrix organization. So we have started to do that with some activities like performance management, for instance, fraud department, I would say, but we will continue to put this kind of organization, because to create a one message, it will be important to have matrix organization between all offices, not only one team in Paris and one in Dubai, without any links and without common work together. So we took this point into our reflection, and to be more matrix oriented in the new organization we will present to you in a few weeks.
Thank you. Another question regarding workstream number 3. Will we have a new tool for the chat?
Maybe I can answer it. No, for the chat, as mentioned during the presentation, for the chat, it will be on the new version of Contact. So it will be it will be on contact, and we will have the historic of chat interaction also in contact with emails, calls, and other channels.
The objective is not to open, other tools, because we have today so many tools, to handle for all the teams. So we try to be more concentrated. Mathieu and medical team will work, for instance, to integrate Magenta workflow into V9. And I think we are ready maybe to start with this new feature into V9 before the end of Q1. So to stop Magenta and to move to V9, because when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tools, to be honest, this is very difficult for the team, to handle the global view of the request from a member, and this is not efficient. So our goal and objective is to be more concentrated in 1 or 2 tools maximum.
Thank you. And now regarding workstream number 4, do we have access to the website already?
Audrey, Brian?
Yes. Yes, it will be up and running in a few days. Now, I'm going to do the go.
So it will be open next week, maybe?
Yes.
To all people? Okay.
In a few days. Thank you, Audrey. Regarding workstream number 4, can you please share a little more details about what can be shared in the mini website?
So we will have more details that will be coming on the website. But the most important, when there is a structure change or anything, a big change that we need to mention, it will be through a town hall where everyone will be understanding at the same level, and we will have the question and answers. But sure, it will be, and if you have any content that you are interested of, please, you can send to Golden Gate email, or you can send through your your ambassadors what is needed, and we will put it.
Yes, and also we will share stories, photo, video, all you will transmit to us.
Thank you, Audrey. Last question that we have received regarding workstream number 4. Are you considering small training sessions or forums about subjects like leadership, communication skills, and etc.?
Yes, we will do workshop with teams, and we will do the surveys, and we will discuss about this.
And again,
Yes.
as I explained during the transition phase, we will put in place a specific plan, to train the teams, to reinforce, the new way of management if needed, and so on and so on. So we have a specific task, train, action, put in place. We will, for some of training, we will do it internally, but for some other one, if this is an external, consultant, will help you to do that. So we have, of course, the both. But again, now the objective is to finalize the plan, to move to the new organization, and then to train the team in order to reach the targets we have before the end of the year.
Yes, and we are preparing the training plan, and we also need your feedback during the surveys to prepare this.
Yeah. So it will not be only business training. I would say if we, send, more activities to customer care with, of course, with people, we have to train in terms of business, but we will train also on the culture, the mindset, the management, and so on and so on. So this is we have two pillars in terms of trends and management of the plan.
Thank you. Since we have a few minutes left, one last question. How confident are you about the output of this project? And when should we expect to see the return on investment, especially in terms of organization chart change, client centricity orientation, and change management?
The objective was, fixed by Frederic is to, not to you, first of all, not to lose some clients, of course, but to have, improving of the service at the end of the year. So to address all irritants we faced and we have seen with Stratelo study, so to be sure all irritants, we face are addressed, we have moved to a new organization, and with, all the satisfaction channels we have put in place, NPS, complaints, feedbacks from clients, we can see, the improving of the satisfaction of the client in terms of retention, first of all. And of course, in terms of, new clients to be abroad, because we need to be, more competitive against our competitors and to be, as of today, in the first class, to be sure we can, the Golden Gate project, we have put in place, all operations process, digital features to obtain more clients for unit in the nation, for instance, or another client. So in 2024, so we have, I would say between 6 and 9 months to do the transition in terms of organization. In parallel, we will put in place new channels, new features, efficient, modules in V9, to avoid a manual process, as explained before. But we know we have a lot of work to do, and of course we are to be very careful of the transition, because we cannot, of course, decrease our performance in a day-to-day basis. So when we move to one organization to another one, we are to be sure we are aligned on the performance. This is very, very important. Not so easy to do, to be honest, but I'm very confident with all sponsor, managers, teams to be successful in this project.
Thank you, Laurent. So that was all for the questions. We have now reached the end of our webinar. Thank you very much all for your attention. Please take a few minutes at the end of the webinar to answer the satisfaction survey. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Have a good day.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good day. Bye.